Bitcoin is going to go to the moon. Gold prices are breaking out, silver prices are going higher. And if you don't have a specific written trading plan, I give you mine. I used to charge $299 for it, but right now it is free over on the website intro-to-cryptos.ca. At the end of this episode, I'm going to show you that altcoins are actually going to outperform Bitcoin. Altcoins are going to do far better than just 100% gains. That's at the end of the episode. Let's jump into the relative strength index on the weekly time frame here for Bitcoin. We are in bull season now all the time as the relative strength index bounces up and up and up on the weekly. This will be our uptrend. Just as we went through here, we're just going to keep bouncing off of this level now as we go up and up and up. So every time that relative strength index comes back to these levels and we make a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation that I teach in that course over on the website, that's when we're going to be looking for our entry signals, and we have one right now as we zoom in on this. I'm very excited about what's going on with Bitcoin and with the altcoins. Here with Bitcoin, the relative strength index is giving us the divergence here at the same time that we're getting our 1, 2, 3 formation that we'll see as we zoom in. And as we get to the other indicators, we'll see how this is important. I'm not going to go too much more into the relative strength index. Let's go on to the weekly volume here. I'll take a look at the long-term volume so that we can see that we're in for a lot more to come on the real bull wave as they're coming up. But right now, if we go to where the real trading volume is in Bitcoin, we can see that it's in USDT over on Binance. And this is one of the heaviest exchanges. That's a lot of volume coming in out of this bottom formation. And it hasn't eased off and turned into negative dumping here as we've come to the edge of this top formation. We see here from last episode the difference in the volume from these two different levels. So we had a lot of volume, and then we've had steady positive volume across this top level. It wasn't until we got into the close time frames that we could see that we were watching for extra volume coming in, which it did from last episode. Just as I've been mentioning, that should prices break above this 1, 2, 3 and we get the volume to go along with it, it would be a confirmation. The 1, 2, 3s work really well when we put them together with these indicators. I'm really excited about what's going on here in the MACD. Here on the daily MACD, when this crosses positive, prices are going, in my mind, they're going to be blasting right off. And it's very much the same as what we saw through the MACD in the past, that it oscillates on the daily time frame. And this is a really big oscillation. It has really come back a long ways as we've gone sideways. And to me, this gives us a lot of spring power to go up. And I'll show you in the Bollinger Bands how far we're going to go up. I think we're going up because when we go into the Ichimoku cloud in the weekly time frame, it looks good on the daily time frame. It'll be a famous Ichimoku buy signal in the uptrend on the daily time frame when the blue line crosses above the red. But when we go into the 12-hour time frame, we can see the blue is just now crossing above the red line. We are almost getting that crazy buy signal in the uptrend for the Ichimoku cloud on the 12-hour. And we already have it confirmed here on the 4-hour. We go into the Bollinger Bands and we see what's going on here. Before I go into the rest of the Bollinger Bands, I want to go back to the weekly time frames here in the past to see what happened with the Bollinger Bands as we started taking off. We went up above the midlines, and then the Bollinger Band started to hug right along the edge of the weekly. The weekly, from where we are now, it started to narrow down, and as the prices came up to hug into that second standard deviation, and they bounced off the midline and they hugged up against, and they bounced off the midlines, they hugged up against. And I know that when we bring in the relative strength index to see how this compared, these are the very times that the RSI came back to those mid levels. It made the internal 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, and off we went. So this kind of thing on the way up now is going to be one of the main things that we're paying attention to in our community over on Discord. And so if you want to have this extra stuff throughout the day and not just wait for these videos to come out and to get these analysis, come and join us on Discord. And you can bring up a specific video and ask, what did you mean by this? So let's zoom in on the daily time frame. This is really tightening down, which implies that we're going to have a very big move come out of this. As we zoom into the 12-hour time frame, this is where it gets exciting for me, is to see these mean reversions stick out here past the third standard deviation at the same time that we're making a 1, 2, 3 formation. As it breaks out above these levels, it's all just confirmations. Before I go into the altcoin review, I want to look at this 3-panel chart and where I've got myself a warning set up. As prices pass $10,000 and they get up to 10,100, 10,200, this will be the range for the daily Bollinger Band mean reversion. And I would expect that there could be some shenanigans going on at about that time. And now I want to finish the video by talking about the potential for altcoin season being here. This is the chart for Bitcoin dominance, and as Bitcoin dominance is dropping, that is the measure of altcoins gaining power versus Bitcoin. So through this period from March of 2017 through to July and December of 2018, this is when altcoins made absolutely fantastic gains as Bitcoin prices were going up. Since that time in 2018, the altcoins have been crushed by about 90%. Some people think it was a conspiracy theory that the government regulations and the negative news about cryptocurrencies was all part of manipulation as the prices were driven down and the big corporations and the entities have purchased in their positions at about 80 or 90% savings from the prices at the top here. So for us as traders now, watching Bitcoin dominance drop will let us know that the entire cryptocurrency market is growing faster in US dollar value than Bitcoin is growing. That means it's a good idea to have our Bitcoin in altcoins because we're going to grow our number of Satoshi. And by the time Bitcoin dominance tops out and starts to go back up again, we're going to want to get out of altcoins and back into Bitcoin. So for my own part, I'm not expecting the altcoin season is going to be fast and sharp as before, but instead we're going to see a parallel channel of Bitcoin dominance continuing on this way. And where it meets up with support and resistance from the past, we're going to see some changes. For example, we might anticipate that Bitcoin dominance would come down until it reaches the support and resistance levels from the past, that it would make a bottom formation and make its way back up to retest these levels and then continue on its way in the next years for a longer term move as things just sort of work their way out in a really, really long term view, that we would probably have this come and level itself out over a long period of time. And this might be a very good estimate of what is to come, but how do you trade that specifically? What we've done is taken our trading plan that you can get from the website, and we've applied it to every single one of about 200 markets in the cryptocurrencies, and we average them all out to let us know how many are in the buy signal and how many are waiting to go up. We've color-coded that so that we can look inside Bitcoin dominance and really see which are the coins to be holding, which are the coins that are nearly ready to go, and which are the coins that are exiting those hold positions, those blue line here. And while this color-coded spreadsheet is all you really need to see which coins to be getting into each day, which coins to be getting out of each day, we do have a more detailed pro alerts strategy that gives us the exact entries and exits. Here you can see our time-stamped screenshot of the alerts that we gave out, and you can see the entry prices that we took at that time from the chart, and our current open percentage gains on these altcoins. This is live data, but about a 10-minute delay. And so you can see our percentage gains on the trades that we've taken and the trades that we've added on to. So not only do we have a 267% gain in KNC for our first entry, we have just about a 60% gain in our second position that we've added on to that. We're doing very well with LRC, many other coins too. And you know, this all follows the very strategy that you can learn by going to the home page of the website. Download this course. It's free for a limited time, and this is exactly how I made $500,000 trading cryptos in the last big run. This is exactly how I did it. So be sure to read what other people are saying about it. Put your email address in and get it for free. I give this information away for free for 3 reasons. First, the information is out there and you can tell that the things that I'm doing are a real plan and not just a scam. You can just take the information and go and do it. Second, I want this information out there for people who don't have money. You've got $500 in the bank, you've got money in your credit card that you owe, you have other debts, your job is kind of sketchy, you're freaked out, you want to find a way to make money work for you. It is not fair that information should be held back from you. You should get that information for free and start working like I did with nothing. Even if you have nothing, take this and pretend you have money and start teaching yourself how to do this. The third reason I give this away for free is because there is no limit to the amount of money out there, right? They can just print it. So there's no limit for any of us. You can make all the money you want. It doesn't limit how much money I make. In fact, if you take this course and then you come to our Discord and you ask some really good questions, it helps me improve the course. I will take the answers and put them into the course so that the next person who's downloading it is going to get your question answered before they have that question. So it's all good. I want you guys to come enjoy the videos that we're talking about here on Bitcoin and get more out of it. I want to hear your success stories on the other side. If you haven't been looking into the alts and you need a solution that's going to help you understand the entire altcoin sphere without getting into the white papers, the bull market watch is for you. Look forward to seeing you on the inside. Bye for now.